It's that time once again. I got a bunch of awesome cards in from Japan and I wanted to show them off to you today and kind of give you the rundown on what I'm hoping to achieve with each of them. Now, we did have some duds. I would say I'm still rocking that 60-70% of the cards being gradable compared to the cards that I'm going to have to sell, unfortunately. And this time I was especially disappointed by this first card. Oh, it showed up. I saw the images of it. I paid up a little bit extra for it, and it's beautiful. Rayquaza Delta species. You're probably like, what's wrong with it? It looks beautiful. It's because it is beautiful. But unfortunately, when you turn it around, like most cards, when you turn it around, you're probably like, oh my god, that still looks pretty good. Maybe there's a little whitening here and there, but it looks pretty all right. And then let's take a look at the top. Wait, hold on. Can I get it? Can I get it? I can't capture it now. Well, it's right. It's right there. There is a dent with some chipping on the surface of the card that unfortunately, in person, you can see it a lot better than on camera. I'm not sure why it's not picking it up, but there is a pretty significant little dent there that has some chipping of the paint, the print quality, and it's just gonna make it just outside of that, willingness to send this in to get it graded. I think this is just better sold as an individual binder copy that someone I think will be very happy to get. I think Eevee is screwing up my zoom here, my focus. All right. We have this beautiful fire red leaf green Snorlax, similar situation. Unfortunately, it looks beautiful from the front. Absolutely adorable Snorlax holo, but if we turn it around and we take a look at the backside, we're just going to see just enough. Let me see if I can find the major issues. We have some whitening down in the corner there. Man, I am very harsh on these cards. We have some whitening at the top there and some whitening on the edge there. There's just a significant enough amount of whitening on the sides and edges and corners that it might get like an 8. And an 8 might be okay, so I might end up sending this one in, but it's probably better just to part with it as just a binder copy that someone could finish up their set with. This one was very unfortunate as well. This awesome Houndoom from Heart Gold Soul Silver set, I forget which one, but very cool card. And in Unlimited, I think it's like Pop 0 or Pop 1. It's extremely low population in PSA. That's why I picked this one up, because it looked minty, and I was like, ooh, if I could send this in and maybe get like Pop 1, Pop 2 on it, that would be pretty awesome. Well, this thing's definitely not going to get a 10, and maybe not even a 9, honestly. It looks pretty okay. It's got a little chip up there. It still could maybe get an 8 because the rest of the card looks pretty nice. Like there's a little white dot down there. The edges are pretty okay for the most part. So there's just two major kind of little flicks of whitening. It might actually be a card that I send in to, I don't know, test to see where CGC is at with little bits of whitening around the edges. I would assume that it would get an 8. At best, maybe an 8.5. I don't think that this thing would get a 9 with CGC. I don't know about PSA. You guys can let me know in the comments below. You guys that have more experience with PSA might be able to put me in the right direction. We have this card here is a Glaceon. It actually came with another card that I'm about to show you. It has a really nice swirl on the left-hand side there, right in front of the face. And unfortunately, this is just kind of the same situation as the Snorlax and the Houndoom, is it just has enough whitening on it that makes me second guess sending it in to get graded. Oh, I hate these perfect fits that come from Japan. They are so tight. Let me take a look quick. You can see that there is a few white dots up there. And the bottom corner here is pretty nicked up. So I would assume that this would probably get like an 8 as well. There's nothing really bad about the front. One nice thing about Japanese holos is they don't really seem to get print lines. I don't know if they just printed them differently in Japan when they first came out, but I have yet to see like significant print lines on vintage holos in Japanese, at least the mid-era. That's kind of what I've been focusing on, is the mid-era. All right, let's take a look. So these ones in Card Savers, you could probably guess, are gradable. So we got this Glaceon Level X. This thing is minty. Very, very nice. I think there's only maybe one or two little pieces of whitening, so I would assume maybe PSA would give it a 9. Really, really nice card. I did have a Leafeon that actually got an 8 with CGC that I thought looked really mint. So I don't know why it got an 8, but I'll have to pick another one of those up and try again. We got this awesome Flareon. I believe this is the Sandstorm Hollow in English, but it might be Magma Aqua in Japan. I'm not 100% sure. I feel like they're in two different sets. I don't think I could be wrong. I don't know. But I believe people know these from Sandstorm. These evolution hollows that are just beautiful. They're basically paintings. Like you could put this up on your wall, and it could just be some really cool fantasy style brush painting. It just looks really nice. And there's a swirl. It's kind of hard to see, but he's literally stepping on a swirl, which I think is really cool as well. So we got that awesome Flareon. I think out of that set now, I did recently buy an Umbreon that I don't have back yet. I think the only one I'm missing from that set is Espeon. I think I have the Jolteon, the Flareon, the Vaporeon, and now the Umbreon. And hopefully I'll be able to get an Espeon. And then I'll have a full set of 5 Sandstorm Evolution Hollows. This one too, just like the other one, it has a very, this is Nishida. Absolutely. They make some of my favorite cards. And this has that watercolor-esque style to it. I love this Jolteon card. I think all of these Sandstorm Evolution Hollows are just gorgeous. We've got another one. I don't know what set this is from. It might be Intense Fight in the Destroyed Sky. I think that's what the Japanese equivalent is. I don't know what it is in English. But this is a really cool. I really like this artwork from Aoki. This is just a really cool Ninetales. I like having Ninetales in the foreground. It's got like a volcano. I don't know if it's erupting or if it's just emitting smoke. Obviously, active volcano. And this one has some whitening here and there, just little bits here and there. We'd probably get like an 8.5, maybe a 9. So I wanted to keep this one because it is unlimited. Now, let's get to the goodies. Those were the goodies, but let's get to these other goodies. So I got a set of 4 of the Radiants from Pokemon Go. We have a Charizard. I had to get 2 Charizards, of course. I got Blastoise here, which I also have now in English that I pulled from the set, and I have Venusaur. I bought these all in a bundle. I think it was like $55 or something like that, which I thought was pretty good to get 2 Charizards. They seem to be going for like $25, $30, and then you also got the other 2 starters basically for free in the way that I kind of look at it right now. So we got 4 of these. I'm going to send them in. Maybe we could strike a 10 given that they're modern Japanese. It's possible. That would be pretty sick if we could get one of those Charizards in a 10. Set these off to the side. And then we have, okay, so these were unfortunately shipped really poorly. Sometimes when you buy like bulk lots of cards that aren't, I mean, these were about $10 a piece, so they were a little up there. And I got 6 of them. And what happened was, for some reason, they thought it'd be a good idea to stick 8 cards in the same sleeve and put like 1 bulk card and 1 bulk card on either side, and then shove all the other cards in between and ship them all in the same sleeve. Which, of course, is not a good way to ship. I would never say that you should do that, but I love this card. It's absolutely gorgeous. Love Pikachu. So cute how they're just set up here. Pikachu's like foot on her face while they're both sleeping together. And then at the top, you can see, someone pointed this out, but these shadows and highlights actually make a heart in between their 2 heads. It is absolutely adorable artwork. So I wanted to grab a few of these to really try for the CGC 10, either perfect or pristine. Really give these a shot and see if we could get some 10s out of them. Just a gorgeous card, and I thought, why not? I mean, this card is definitely going to be sought after. It's not out in English yet. I don't know when it will be, but I should get these cards back before it comes out in English. So I think that's good as well. And I don't know. I think in like a 9, they're going for like 30, $35 around there. So even if they get 9s, I still would make a little bit on them. But I'm really excited to send in and just see if we can snap up a couple 10s. That would be awesome. This one is kind of a failure. It had kind of a rough cut at the top compared to the others, so I wanted to just sell that one as a single for someone's binder. Last but not least, kind of the same situation, but I really like this card from VMAX Climax. It's not yet out in English. it is obviously Charizard and Leon. And of course, anything Charizard. Charizard is Charizard, so Charizard does pretty well on the secondary market. And a card that's not yet out in English, I think would do pretty well right now. And I think nines maybe go for like $25, $30, 9.5s, 35, 40, and then 10s kind of up there in the 60, 70, 80s. So I bought, I think 10 of these, and 3 of them kind of failed out because of rough cuts and some whitening on the back. And then we have 7 other ones that I'm going to send in CGC. Again, just trying to see if we can snag a perfect 10 or a pristine, either one, but a perfect 10 would be really, really sick. So yeah, that's kind of my goal. My failure rate, again, is probably, I don't know, it might be closer to 50% on this one. Probably, you know, I try to keep it around 50, 60. I'm trying to get it lower and lower and lower. I'm trying to be really diligent looking at pictures and stuff, but sometimes you just can't see it. Like that Rayquaza. You just, in the picture, I checked it again, you cannot see that dent, man. Like, you can't see it unless you're, I mean, we couldn't even see it on the video here. So it's really tough sometimes to see the issues. But yeah, I would say overall this was pretty successful. The ones that did fail out were kind of the lower cost ones, apart from the Rayquaza. And then selling some of these raw, these will probably do pretty well. I'm going to be at my local Comic-Con. I'll have a booth where I'll be selling cards, which will be really fun, in the middle of August. And yeah, some of this stuff will be going up on eBay. So if you saw anything that you liked here, something that you want to put in your binder out of one of these 4 cards, hit up my eBay. We'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.